All right, Bleeding Blue podcast, episode 17. You might be noticing somebody's looking a little bit different, looking a little tan, burnt, some might say. As you can see, the arms, I'm all dried up. That's actually sunscreen, but your boy's in Florida right now, and the other Ryan's stuck in fucking bum ass Ontario while I
Yeah.
am absolutely living it up here watching some Blue Jays games. Ryan, how is old fucking cold Ontario? How are you doing?
It's March, so it's either really sunny or it's really cold, and it is cold right now. It is basically snowing,
Yeah.
not like pouring snow, but
No, just sad. Just
it's just windy and
yeah,
dull.
I can imagine. Yeah, no, it's good in here. If you guys don't know, I am right now Dunedin, Florida, watching some Jays games. Been watching some Jays play today. I just saw Philly versus Pittsburgh. Went to the Philly Stadium, and I'll get into all that because there is actually a lot to talk about. In terms of talking about spring training baseball because it's a lot of fun, and I think more people need to be doing this because it's so underrated, and I think it's like a trip people just need to make if you are a huge baseball fan. But before we get into that, we'll talk about some Leafs before we start talking about baseball because the Leafs. I mean, if we last game against Carolina, fucking that was that was another horrible loss.
It
Horrible.
was brutal.
I was in here watching it, and it was. I mean, this is the philosophy and kind of the recipe that they go by. Would you not agree? Like it's up 3-0, tie the game, overtime. That is like I feel like I've seen that score so many times.
It's since 2012, since that Boston series. It's been a regular theme throughout this franchise, and it's not a good thing, especially leading into the playoffs. I
Yeah.
thought I was like, one of my buddies went to the game, and I was just thinking like it was like a 3-1 lead with like 5 minutes left. Actually, not even like 3 minutes
No.
left. And like
Yeah.
I'm just thinking like this is a good game to go to. St. Patrick's Day. The and wearing the St. Patty's jerseys, like which are sick, by the way. They should wear
Yeah.
those more often, but they won't, because it's like just a one game thing. But I'm like, yeah, this is a sick game to go to. They're playing well against a good team in Carolina, and they, hopefully they get out with the 2 points, and obviously they didn't. I think the main problem was at the end of the game was that penalty that Camp gave up, that stupid
Yeah.
hooking or holding. I don't know what it was, but
Having a
it
six
was
on
just
four is
really,
never good. Yeah.
yeah, it was really bad, and it should not have happened. And that's how it was like a 6-on-4 with 3 minutes left. They used up the whole power play too. Like they scored with like a minute and a half into it, which was not ideal. And then they had another minute and a half with a man advantage, and they scored with like 5 seconds left. This happened later in the second period too. They scored with like 2 seconds left to
Yeah.
make it 3-1 or 3-2. I can't remember. I think it was 3-1. But
Again.
yeah, they
Yeah. Yeah. No, the
just
Hurricanes are
late
just a better team
stupid
tonight.
goals.
Like they're
Oh,
good.
they've
They're
always
really
been.
good.
Yeah, they've always been. They're a solid team. They
And it's
they
too
they
bad.
signed the right players. They just signed Gensel at the trade deadline, and they
Yeah.
got Kuznetsov, who was having mental issues, and he wasn't playing with Washington for a month or two, and then they just claimed him off waivers, and now he's performing. Like he scored his first game for Carolina, and yeah,
Good
it's
for him, man. That's sick.
yeah,
That's
I like
tough.
Kuznetsov a lot, so it was
Yeah.
good to see him playing well on another team. But yeah, just not the
That's not a
result
type
that
of
we
move the Leafs
needed.
would make, Like that's totally because I mean we could definitely use a player like that on our team. Like again, as we talk, like actually I don't know. Would that be a possibility? Like, would you be up for uh sorry, what was his name? Getzlaff?
Kuznetsov,
Yeah, or yeah.
Kuznetsov.
Would you be up to like if we signed him or put him on our
Oh
team?
yeah, big
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Guys won a cup with Washington. He played on the top line with Ovechkin and Backstrom. Like he was nasty.
Yeah.
He's a great player, goal scorer. He has good style to him. Like when he scores, he does the eagle. I love it.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I
Yeah,
totally
yeah.
saw that. Yeah, I
That
saw
that's
that clip.
that's his celebration. So I
That's
wish
sick.
I wish we cleared him, but what's his name? Brad for living is turning into Ross Atkins. So um,
Yeah,
Yeah, but
actually, yeah, I
it
won't
it is
compare.
what it
Yeah,
is.
because I like Ross Atkins for certain. He's made some absolute. We haven't seen Trill Living enough to know that he's gonna. He hasn't. Most of his signings haven't been anything like props, man. Like a
Yeah,
Dupes Ryan O'Reilly type thing. Like because Ross, I think, has made some Chris Bassett signings fucking unbelievable. That will go down in history. It's like
that is a
one of
great
the
signing.
that was a great signing. In Gosman, Barrios, you know,
Hmm.
all those pitchers. But anyway, yeah. So that game again sucked, and I was talking to. I'm up here with a couple of, or down here, sorry, with a couple of my dad's friends, and they're saying like this type of way that the Leafs play, especially where like you're constantly going to overtime. Would you say that work is a recipe that's good for playoffs or bad? Because like
What are you talking about? Like
because
the way the
I
Leafs
think the
play?
Leafs because the way the Leafs play is they just constantly are going into overtime. Do you think that's a recipe that's good for playoffs
No, it's
or
not.
yeah,
We should be either losing early or winning early. I think that's
yeah.
probably what because Boston and
Prefer
them, they're
that,
kind of
yeah.
like Boston. They have like 17 OT losses. Like they've been in overtime. I think over 20 times this year.
Yeah.
Like they're like the Leafs in a sense in that way, but
Weird. Yeah. I mean, it
yeah,
didn't
it's
play
not
like that when they played us.
no because we're just not in our game, right?
Yeah.
So
It's slowly showing more. I don't want to lose hope, but like you kind of. I'm not saying that, but it's like, man, like these are the teams we're gonna face in the playoffs, and I don't know.
yeah, like it's scary. It's scary
Yeah.
to see that we're losing
Yeah.
to these teams. But Philadelphia, that first game is they're probably will be they probably
Yeah.
will be a playoff team.
Yep.
They're playing really well, and that's a good thing because you usually play against those. Like it's weird. Like we play shit against Carolina, like a good team, but like when we play Dallas 2 times a year, we always destroy them, even
Yeah.
though they're like
They're
better than
really good.
us.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we always destroy them every year, which makes
And
no sense to me.
and then we destroy Philadelphia, who's again a good team. I
Yeah.
say we're better than them, but like still 6-2. That's not something to ignore and not look at. Like you get Nylander scores that game, nice. Holmberg,
Mhm.
Matthews, Tuesday,
I
Liljegren.
think
It's
I
all the
think
players.
another reason why we're playing like that happened is Marner's not playing
Yeah,
because he got injured in that Boston game,
yeah,
which was a horrible injury to get because the way he got injured was because when he didn't shoot that puck on the open net, he wrapped around and then he like slipped and like fell. Like only if he shot the puck, maybe he wouldn't have gotten injured.
maybe you would have scored a
Just those
goal.
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. He scored a goal and maybe we would have gotten back in the game. But yeah, it's just those little things like Marner's not playing, Giordano's still injured, but I feel like our defense is still solid. And just
yeah.
like new guys like Dewar and Edmondson are trying to like still fit in a little bit, trying to get used to the system
I don't even
that the
notice
Leafs
them.
are.
Like,
But
yeah, yeah,
like Matthews has been non-existent, even though he scored on Thursday. He hasn't done like I feel like he's like not it doesn't have the same impact that he used to have earlier in the year, where he was like
yeah.
they
He's
had
been
like
struggling.
offensive chances every single time they were on the ice.
Oh,
He's just
like
been
especially
he
at
hasn't been non
the
he's been
yeah
non-existent.
the last few minutes of the game against Carolina, they had the power. There's a power play. I think,
Yeah,
or
an
maybe
OT they had a power play and
yeah,
they didn't do shit with it.
yeah.
It was just passing
It's
it around.
ridiculous. I know. And there was like literally swing and a miss with their stick, like on the
Yeah,
puck for Tuesday, and like their power play was not good because again they're putting Matthews is out there for like 2.5 minutes, like he's out there and he's just doing nothing, like he's completely gassed, like he's not
yeah,
doing anything, and so you have to. They're so hard to like try and put other guys on when Matthews won't get off the ice to begin with. Nylander won't, and then like it's so rare. Like whenever you see a power play, obviously you want to put your best guys on, but at times like you just need to put like other players on, and we haven't done that, and those guys get absolutely gassed like Matthews, and then he's just not helpful.
no. Like what was I gonna say? In the there was a game last week or the week before where Minnesota was in overtime. I forgot who they were playing. I think they were playing Nashville.
Yeah.
And they were in overtime, and they pulled the goalie
Yeah.
in
Saw that.
overtime. I don't
Yeah.
know if they had. I don't know if they had the power play. I don't think they did.
I don't think
It
they
was
did.
like
No,
there
I think
was
it was a
no, they
four on.
didn't. They just pulled Flurry and they brought out Boldy, and they were on a 4-on-3 for a good like 20 seconds, and they scored off that.
Yeah.
What I was thinking is they could have pulled the goalie, and it would have been 5-on-3, and they would have had an extra guy on the ice to create more chances, maybe get a goal. And
Yeah.
if they dump the puck, they're probably not going to have a chance to shoot it, like clear it out when it's 5-on-3, right? I was just thinking in my head while I was watching that, like, why don't you just pull the guy,
Yeah.
pull
No, it's not a
Samson,
bad idea because we've seen it
get
work.
another guy on the ice,
Yeah.
get another defenseman, get Liljegren or Riley or whatever who was on, because I think they had 4 forwards on,
Yeah.
and just get an extra guy. And if they clear the puck, it's not going to be icing, so you're going to just bring it back up. Get the
Yeah.
defenseman to bring it back up for you. Like, I don't know. It was kind of like a waste, in my opinion, that power play, and you
Yeah.
just lose in the shootout, which you can't really
Matthews, they
blame.
got to stop putting Matthews in shootout. He's not good at shootouts. Like, I mean, in
Yeah,
the
like
last little bit.
the first attempt, it was Nylander. He
Yeah.
he hasn't been doing anything in the shootout either, and
Yeah.
he just does this weak deke to the left, and the Kochetkov saves it, and then Matthews does the same exact move, but even worse.
Yeah.
Can't you think of something different?
Yeah.
Like, just shoot the puck. You have
It seemed
you have the
lazy.
best one of the
It
best
seemed
shots in
almost.
the
Yeah.
league, and you
Yeah.
decide to deke.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Like, just that shit just pisses me off, man.
Yeah,
So
that's
annoying.
just. I think they're mentally maybe just like drained. That's another part of it because you have to be able, you have to be mentally there and just in the game. And it just seems like Matthews and Nylander at times are just not in the game. They love to do their own thing. And no, don't get me wrong, they are great players. They're incredible. They are absolutely incredible with the puck. But then there's just times when it's like you see and you're watching, it's just like, oh come on, man. Like it's just you're
Yeah,
not thinking. Sometimes you're not thinking, and that's part of it. Sports is so much. It's such a mentality, and like there's such a big mentality aspect to it, and you have to be mentally there, especially in games like baseball, obviously,
yeah,
and in any sport really, and especially hockey too. It's like you got to be mentally prepared, and like you have to think if Nylander just made this play, then maybe, and it didn't work, maybe I shouldn't do the same move.
yeah,
Maybe I have one of the best shots in the NHL. Maybe try shooting it like and with a hard shot on net because I'm very good at aiming and accuracy. So why not do that rather than a deep? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
yeah,
Matthews has one of the best shots in the league, and he's deking people. He's deking in a shootout.
yeah,
Take a fucking clapper from the hash marks. Like, do something. Do something
yeah,
other than fucking deke the same way Nylander did, and obviously that didn't work.
yeah. No, I know what you mean.
Fuck.
Yeah, yeah,
And I get what you're saying about the mentally not there, but like you had a 5 day break from
yeah.
Saturday to
I know. You're
Thursday.
right.
You
You're
guys
right.
were just practicing, like you weren't even playing.
Yeah,
It's not like you've been playing all week and you're struggling against a good team. Like, you've had the whole week
yeah.
to prepare for these 2 games that came up. Like,
I think Marner
obviously
not being there. Yeah, yeah,
The Philadelphia game looked good,
yeah.
but the other one didn't.
Yeah,
That's
I
for
think
sure.
Marner not being there was obviously a toll on their team because he's so valuable to that team. Like
Yeah.
he's so important, vital, and obviously you need to be able to still do well. It's weird how they're good when Matthews isn't there. Like their record is like ridiculous when Matthews isn't there. I don't
Yeah, and
really
then
get that. I
Marner,
think
it's like
part of that's
they're
just luck,
500.
but like again, you know, like part of that's just I don't know what it is. I don't think he like yeah. Anyways, but yeah, it's tough. They're playing. I know they're playing Washington next, right?
They
Or
have
they're playing
Philadelphia
the
again,
Flyers and then the Capitals. Yeah,
and then
and
they have
Oilers.
Edmonton, and then Edmonton on Saturday, which I am not looking forward to. I feel like we're going to get absolutely demolished on Saturday. And then we have Carolina again on Sunday.
Yeah,
So 2 back-to-backs this week, which is
yeah,
fucking brutal. And I was saying this, my buddy just told me, he said that Marner's out for the next 2 games. So
yeah.
he's out. Hopefully he comes back in the next, like, the back-to-backs on Saturday and Sunday, one of those games. But yeah, it's It's not looking good right now. It's for the play ahead in the playoffs. It's not looking promising.
Yeah, yeah, it's too bad. Anyway, let's get into some talk about Dunedin and my trip, man, because I got a lot to tell you.
Go. This is all you, bro. Go ahead.
It's been absolutely a blast, and this is something I think people need to do because it's so easy. In Florida, it's a flight to Florida is not as expensive as you think. It's not. It's like a 3 hour flight or 3.5 hour flight. I did not take long. However, I'll start off day one. Wake up at like 3 o'clock in the morning to go to a 5 o'clock flight. That's in we booked a
Brutal.
hotel right there, so that sucked, but it was all right. It was whatever. Get on a flight to Washington, connecting flight. I find out the day before that I'm not even taking the same plane as my dad. I'm like by myself. It's like, all right,
What?
let's do this. Yeah, because I don't
Damn.
know, something just with the tickets. It was like because he had already planned it. He's like, oh, Brian, you want to come? And I was like, yeah, sure, I'll come. And then so he's like, all right,
Yeah.
and then bought another ticket, but it was already booked up. So got to Washington D.C. and then I was there for like an hour. Tried sleeping, couldn't, and then was on the plane from Washington to Tampa, which is about 2 hours. Just listened to music and just like nodded off back and forth. I had a guy
Mm,
kicking my seat, like a 70-year-old kicking my seat, of course,
nice.
which is the weirdest thing. You don't see that ever. And this guy's like talking to some old lady behind him, and I'm trying to fall asleep. But anyway, it's like I'm exhausted, but get there. As soon as I get in Florida and feel that heat, I'm like, all right, I'm ready to go. I want to do. I'm excited. And so once we
Hmm.
got there, it was right to Hal Steinbrenner or not Stein George Steinbrenner Park. And so that's
Hmm.
we watched Yankees and the Jays play. And again, that was sick. It's super cool. Again, I don't like the Yankees, so when I got there, I felt icky. I felt kind of gross. I felt like this place. Here's some dirty people here,
Yeah.
uh, and yeah, but it was it's pretty incredible. Like it's a newly built. No, don't do it. Don't. I know you're gonna do. Yeah, put that disgusting hat away. Like, yeah, as I say, it's like basically wearing a swastika on your head. Yeah.
All right.
Anyway,
Yeah. So Yankees, Jays.
yeah,
Yep.
Yankees and Jays. So it was awesome. They had a great lineup. We've been really lucky to see like some decent lineups. It was like
Hmm.
Bichette, Turner, Springer, Kiermaier, all the regulars were
Yeah.
in there. And I got right as we get there, we're walking around. The Jays come out to field, and right away I'm like, "How's it going? How's it going, Kiermaier?" And he goes, like that right at me.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Then Barsha comes out, is like, Barsha, you the man. And he goes like that.
Nice.
Sickest. It's like cool. And then my dad's like, no way. And I was like, you know me, bro. You know me. And so that was sick. And
He's
then
like your homies, right? You work at the Rogers Center. It's
exactly
like they see you all the time. Of course they're gonna say
my
what's up to you.
goal. Yeah, my goal this year is to like just be in the exact same spot every time like I'm at a game. So like if I'll say this exact same thing every time I'm at a game. I'll say, Varsho, you the man. So eventually he's like, this is the
I
same
know that
guy. This is
guy.
the
The
same
same guy.
guy.
Yeah.
And then
Yep.
we'll become friends. We become best buddies. I'll take him out for dinner. We'll have a great time. That's the way
Yeah.
it'll go. But yeah, that was super cool because you're so close. Again, like you're so
Right.
close to everyone, and that's like the best part about it is like it's just so much different in terms of like being at the Rogers Center. You just are so close to the players, and like you see them walking up and down, hanging around,
Hmm.
doing their thing. Steinbrenner Park, I'll say the one thing, it's very corporate still. It's still corporate even
Yeah.
like it's ginormous. It's the biggest like it's almost not even a ballpark. It's a stadium. Like that's what it
Yeah.
feels like. And it's right across from Tampa Bay where the Bucks play. That stadium's
Oh,
sick
really?
too. Super.
Yeah, it is cool.
Yeah,
It's a cool spot.
I would love to go to a Bucks game. But yeah, and then so get back, watch like, yeah, watch most of that game. By like the ninth inning, we left, and then or by like the eighth inning or something like that, we left, and then we look back at the score. The Jays are leading. They ended up losing, but yeah,
Yeah.
it was still
Close
sick
game
though.
though.
Yeah, no, cool. Then the next day, which was yesterday, we went to TD Ballpark, the Blue Jays ballpark. I'll say
Mm.
this though, Springer, I tried getting all waves from every outfielder. Springer will not wave. He will not.
Damn.
Yeah, I know. I was like, Springer, you the best. I love you in those TD commercials, man. Like, I'm saying everything. I'm trying to get him to wave. He will not. And I think the reason is since he was with the Astros, he's been like he gets heckled all the time. So he's just like,
Right,
I'm
right.
blocking everything
Immune
out. I
to
don't
it.
care. I
Immune
don't
to it.
even
Yeah.
care if you're nice. I don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
But even though I was complimenting him, and he's actually not a terrible actor. I think he's one of the better actors out of all of them. He's better than Romano in those fucking Mary Brown's commercials. Like, nice save, Romano. Here, try the Mary Browns. Yeah, like he's terrible. But it was, yeah, that's like TD was great. Like it's basically right in like it's just in a town. Like right beside the stadium are just houses. Like two like just a road across.
Yeah.
So it's like in the middle of just like a suburban town,
Right,
and
right.
it's super cool. Bowden Francis again waved to me. I said, Bowden,
Nice.
love you, brother. And he looked at me. It was the most chemistry I think I felt with any player.
Very sentimental.
Turned his head, looked at me for 2 seconds, looked me dead in the eye, and just nodded like that.
Nice.
And yeah, and the other great thing about these is going to these ballparks is the fact that all these old people that get these super expensive seats right at the front get super hot by like the third inning and have to
Yeah.
go up and they don't stay
Right.
in their seats. So my dad is like looking, scouting out, seeing which seats haven't been sat in for a while. Then we go and scoop
Yeah.
them up and just go
Yep.
right behind home plate, like 2 rows
Yeah.
behind home plate. So that's what we did yesterday. And I was like right behind home plate, got to see all these great players go up to bat. And you can literally yell at them. And they were facing what team did they faced the Twins
The
yesterday.
Tigers. Oh, the
No, they
Twins.
faced
You
the
watched the
Twins
Twins
yesterday.
game?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So we got to see a bunch of Twins players. It was super cool. Got to see Bo, Vladdy, all those guys, and it was a blast. Like it's super
Yeah.
cool, super hot, but super cool.
You say what's up to Canadian boy Julien?
Edward
Edouard
Julien.
Julien. Yep,
Yeah.
yep.
No, I did not. But
Uh
that was cool to see him though. That was cool to see out there.
yeah.
It
Fuck the
was
Twins. They beat us in the
yeah,
playoffs.
yeah, I know. And yeah, I think it was pretty cool when Varsho. Like I love Varsho. I know you don't like him.
Right.
I thought
No,
that was
I just
pretty.
didn't like him because of the playoffs. He didn't do jack shit. But
Yeah,
no, I like Varsho. He's cool.
yeah. So yeah, get back to the house, and I'm pounding down bunch of beers. I forget
Hmm.
what did I even get? It's the Mexican brand. I don't know, not Presidente. I forget what it.
Corona?
No, no, it's like it
Modelo?
starts. Yeah, there you go. Beautiful
Yeah.
Modelo. Yeah. So I got a
Yeah.
bunch of those and pounding down those. That's a crappy
Nice.
thing about the U.S. It's 21 is the age limit, so it's terrible.
Yeah.
Like makes no sense, and not a single person follows that rule, anyways. But yeah. Then today went to Phillies ballpark. That's another sick ballpark. Let me tell you, that
Hmm.
is like super cool. Everyone there has a blast. I got like a nice Philly Fanatic shirt, which I'll wear next podcast
Nice.
maybe. Then I got also at the TD, I got this awesome Dunedin
Clean.
Blue Jays hat.
Where's the
This
Canadian flag? Are you American now?
yeah.
Jesus.
What does it say? Our
Our
nation's flag.
nation.
Yeah, I
Wow.
know it's kind of crazy. American flag.
That's weird.
It is weird.
Jay's logo with the American flag.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know about that
I feel like kind of a Trump supporter. Like I don't know. It just like looks like it.
one.
It there's definitely like a Make America MAGA like sign that could
Yeah,
fit perfectly right there. But it was yeah, no, I love this hat.
that's
This hat's
cool.
great. And so
That's
I've got
cool.
a couple of good little things. And then but yeah, no, it's Philly's place, great. Just got Philly cheesesteaks, got all the great foods, and then got to see Schwarber, Castellanos,
Lit.
uh Trey Turner. We were able to get like seats 2 rows
Nice.
behind. I saw Trey Turner like warming up. Castellanos, I shit you not, looked me dead in the eye because I took off my glasses as he was going up in the batter's box or in the warm up on deck.
Right, right,
I
right.
took my glasses off and I looked him dead in the eye. He looked at me, looked back, and then looked at me again like that. I know he was staring at me. He's like, "Damn, this guy's cool for sure." Like he was definitely thinking that. So
Castellanos a beauty, man.
no, he
He
is sick.
rakes, bro. He rakes.
He
Guy's a
does.
beauty.
He's a great for fantasy too because he plays every day. Um,
Yeah,
and same with like Schwarber. Even though Schwarber fucking he struck out 3 times today. He was terrible.
That's Johnny's favorite player, Kyle Schwarber.
Kyle Schwarber.
That's his favorite. Yeah, Schwarber. Who else does he like? He likes Olson, Matt Olson.
Olsen. I
That's
mean,
his
Matt
favorite.
Olson's good. I know. Get me wrong. Matt Olson's good. I don't know why
Yeah.
Kyle Schwarber is like the worst, maybe the worst outfielder in the history of baseball. Like
No, but he bombs though. He hits bombs.
he does, but he strikes out a lot and he walks. So you know. And anyways,
Yeah.
yeah, he was.
What about the cuisine? What's the Florida cuisine like? What have you gotten to like any chain places or is it just like local spots like
So we've been actually
mom and pop
since at the
places?
Airbnb, we've gone to like a Publix. It's like a
Yeah, oh
superstore
yeah,
kind of
yeah,
thing.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I've heard of that.
and we're just getting like, yeah. Last night we had burgers, which like some
Okay.
like homemade, nice like just the ground beef, smash
Mm,
it down, not like pre-made frozen patties. It's
yeah,
all
yeah.
fresh. Then we got some steaks. We got some ribeyes the day before. Incredible, absolutely
Mm,
incredible. Like baked potatoes. You know, I got the little bacon bits. You got the sour cream, butter, chives, all the fixings. So
hmm.
actually, no, we didn't have chives. But anyway, yeah, it was great. It was the cuisine is
Nice.
great. We're having chicken thighs tonight, like barbecue sauce on the grill,
Nice.
on the on the grill. So it'll be
Yeah.
nice. And the best part about it is you can walk to anywhere. Like you can walk to
Right.
we walk to basically every walk to Dunedin, walk to Clearwater where the Phillies play, and
Yeah.
yeah, it was awesome. The fanatic, Philly fanatic, is hilarious. I
Yeah.
can't get enough of that guy. He's one of the funniest people in the world. And we did the
Yeah.
same thing, like as we did with TD, where we just walked right to the where we just like notice people. We were getting up and just went 2 rows behind home plate, and we're able to do that. And yeah, that's like something you got to do. Like if you're going there, because like I can handle the heat, even though I'm getting burnt to a crisp. I'm able
Right.
to handle it as long as I have sunscreen on. But these old people, you walk by like you walk by like the first aid. There's like these drenched old people that are getting like CT like scanned or not a CT scan. What am I talking about? But they're getting like they're getting like they've got an IV bag and like they're getting their heart
Oh my
rate
God.
checked and all that stuff. Yeah, no, because they're getting like
Jesus.
their heat exhaustion. It's so hot here, and they're like with 5 layers on, like old people do. So yeah,
Shit.
it was it was pretty fun. It was pretty fun. I'll say that.
Yeah. I've never been to Florida. I've only been to New York City
Yeah.
and Buffalo.
No.
And I went to New York when in the summertime and it was blazing there. It was really hot. So I can only imagine like what Florida, like Tampa would be like in the summertime. Like
That's
it's
why they're
probably
in the
insanely
dome.
hot.
Yeah, that's why Tampa Bay Rays are in the dome. Same with the Marlins. Like they are
Right.
covered.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Makes
it
sense.
is hot though. It is definitely hot, and
Yeah.
even in March, it's I can't imagine it's like summer. Anyways,
Yeah.
yeah, it's like it's something that people need to do because again, it's money worth spent. Like you're spending good money here on stuff that's fun. You get an Airbnb like we have, which is like 200 a night. And if
Hmm.
you go here for like, if you got like 5 or 6 people, between that, that's like, 200 a person. Flights cheap. And then the tickets, you could pay like $20 for a ticket and just walk around. Cause like that's what you can do. Like you're close anyway. It's not like you're like buying a $20 ticket and sitting in the 500 level where you can barely
Right.
see the game.
Right.
You've got a
Like
great
it's
view.
not like it's packed every game. Like you
No,
can
it's not
if there's seats
exactly.
are empty, you can just move up and sit wherever.
And
Right.
seriously, everyone leaves by like the fifth or sixth inning because none of the like main players are playing a lot of the time.
Right.
And what'll
Yeah.
tend to happen too is like the score will just get like will be like insane. It'll be like what like at the Phillies game today. It was like 9-3 by like the fourth inning, and like you already
Right.
see people leaving from their seats. And
Yeah.
for us, that's what we did. We're just like, let's just get there. And so I like since I'm a big baseball fan, I wanted to see like to get that experience of like being right up close to all these players that you
Right.
watch on TV. It's super cool, man. It's the coolest
Yeah.
thing. Actually able to like see how fast these players throw too, and how fast these pitchers throw. It's
Yeah.
something cool. So it's like something I definitely recommend if you're a baseball fan, even if you're like kind of a baseball fan. Like like you would, I would obviously you'd love
Yeah, I
it.
would enjoy that
Yeah.
100%.
So like it's something I would, yeah, I'd do again. I'd probably do next year. I would not be surprised if I do that. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's great. But anyway, yeah, it's a trip people definitely have to take. It's a lot of fun. But let's get into a little bit of Jays talk. Let's start off though. I'm saying the Blue Jays are looking pretty good in spring training.
Yeah, they
This
look better than the first couple games they were playing.
their
They're
offense, like
definitely
the
turning it
players that
up
are
now.
actually playing. Yeah, I have some stats here to talk to you about because so again, spring training doesn't really it matters a little bit, but it doesn't really matter. No, it doesn't really matter. But again, all things can change. But from what I see, this team is the sixth best average in the entire spring training league, right? This so far, 271. They've got the sixth most home runs as a team, most RBIs as a team. They have the most RBIs out of any team that's played this year.
Oh,
For
wow.
they've got the fourth best on base percentage, second most hits, sixth best in slugging, fourth in OPS out of any team. That's a pretty good sign.
Is
That's
this just in Grapefruit League or is this
no,
like both
both, both,
leagues? Wow.
both.
Wow.
So that's again, it could be a sign. And I was looking at the other teams. The other teams are like contending too. It's not like actually Oakland A's had the most hits, but still, that's
Oakland A's
you
with
have
the
the most
most
hits.
hits? Fucking
Yeah, they have the
hell.
most hits out
What
of any
times are
team.
we living in? Jesus.
I know. Yeah, but no, it's because their minor leaguers have been like raking like crazy. Like a bunch of their like Zach Geloff and I forget the other guy's name. As they've been like just insane. Like they've had a bunch
Right.
of players that have been
Yeah.
really good. Anyways, yeah, like so I think I just hope this team is good, man. That's the one thing I think they can do something. I heard Chris Bassett on an interview say this team is World Series ready. We hear that every year. We do. But it's good to hear your players say
Everyone says that. Everyone
it.
says
You're
that.
right. Everyone says it.
The Bills say it every year. And clearly that doesn't happen. So
Leafs say it every year. Every team says it.
I don't think the Leafs say it every year. I think it's just get past the first round. I think that's just the main goal.
Yeah, that's what they say.
I can't remember
We're getting past the first round. Yeah, that's their goal.
I can't remember any Leaf maybe I can't remember any Leaf saying we're ready to go to the Stanley Cup final. I don't think I've
Yeah.
ever heard anyone say maybe they believe it, but they've never said it out loud.
Yeah.
But yeah, like yeah, the Jays team looks solid. I was watching those games that you were at, and they look solid, man.
Yeah.
I'm excited for this year.
And
Excited
you
to
know
see
what's
how
that?
well they perform.
Joey Votto, home run, first
First
at
pitch.
pitch, first at bat. What else? How else do you write it? That
That's what I was
it's
saying. I thought you were at that game because
no,
they
yeah,
played two games, right?
yeah.
Yesterday. I
And
would
of
say you should go.
course he gets injured after like rolls his ankle on a bat in the dugout. And
Oh my god!
yeah,
Really?
yeah, but he's out for
Oh
like
my
it's
god!
like 2 days. He's like, but still, at 40 years old, you got to be careful, man. Yeah,
How do you roll on a bat in the dugout?
it's Blue Jays, man. Nothing else. What else do you expect? That was sick. That was pretty cool. I should have bet money on that, like honestly, because like David Schneider, like he hits home run first big league at bat. Joey Votto. It's
Mhm.
like, you know what? It doesn't even surprise me. Like it didn't surprise me in like at all,
Yeah.
honestly. It kind of makes sense. But anyway, yeah, that's pretty sick. And hopefully, you know what? If he's this good, then he's definitely gonna have a shot at having a big impact on the team, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
Him and Danny Burgers, I think, are gonna be the MVPs this season.
So how many games do you have left? Just the one game tomorrow, or are you
Yep.
watching any more?
One game tomorrow and then back on Wednesday.
Okay.
Yeah. And
Nice.
then so they're facing
Orioles,
Baltimore Orioles tomorrow and
your
Bassett's
favorite
pitching.
team.
Oh no, I'm not excited. If Bassett I want Bassett to shove, man. That would be just like the cherry on top to this week,
Right.
like this trip.
You get to watch all the Orioles prospects. That'll be sick. Jackson Holiday and
Hopefully
Rutschman
he's not
and all
playing.
those
Hopefully they
guys.
put out like the shittiest lineup ever.
They won't.
And no, they won't. They'll put
They
in
won't.
Adley Rutschman, Gunnar Henderson, Ryan Mountcastle, Austin Hayes, Jackson Holiday, Kirsten Kierstad or whatever the fuck his name is, Jordan West,
Who's pitching for them?
Cole Irvin. Irving.
Oh, okay.
Irving, yeah,
Okay.
he's not good. So
No.
we have a chance to absolutely destroy this team. They had an off day today. Hopefully, it's a sick lineup tomorrow. Anyway, it'll be a good lineup no matter what.
Yeah,
Like,
because they're on a break too. I just checked. They're
yeah,
they're off today, so
it is
they'll
off day.
probably start a good lineup. Yeah.
I'm excited for that though. I'm excited to see the Jays tomorrow because yeah, man, it's such fun. I'm excited for the season. Next week we should do our season predictions. I think
Next week.
that's
Okay,
next
I
week.
like
Yeah,
that.
next.
I think
Yeah,
that's good. Yeah, because don't the Dodgers and Padres play the first game on the 20 like on Wednesday? Isn't
is
that
it?
part of the regular season?
I don't know actually. It's in
I think
Korea,
it
isn't
is. I
it?
think it is.
Huh?
But the main opening day is like the 26th or 7th,
Yeah, yeah.
27th of March. Yeah. But
Oh,
the
oh no, I
Dodgers
think
and
yeah,
Padres they're in South Korea right now.
yeah.
And
You watch? Have you watched
they're
any of
playing
that?
all the Korea. No, I just seen highlights. I saw Freeman absolutely destroy like some like I think it was like 110 exit velo, just absolute like he was like down. It was like the pitch was like low in the zone, and he just fucking brings it up. Oh my
Yeah,
god, it was nasty.
it's like
And
a
I
deadly strike.
saw
Yeah, no.
who's the guy? Who's the Korean dude on the Padres? Hae Sung
Oh,
Kim.
Hassan Kim,
Ha Sung Kim. Yeah, he. I saw him rip one.
he obliterated him. That was a sick
Yeah,
strike.
yeah, I was bombed. Yeah,
Yeah,
I've been watching the games, but I've been seeing highlights on
yeah.
Instagram.
You know, as a
I might
yeah,
watch a bit of the I might watch a bit of the game on Wednesday though,
yeah.
because I
No,
have
that'd
nothing
be
else to do.
cool. Yeah. You know what I did see or another thing I noticed while I was watching Kevin Kiermaier hit two home runs in yesterday's game. His first
Hmm.
home run, 434 feet, 108,
Damn.
100 and like 10 exit velo. Which
Wow.
yeah, if he's doing that, hitting opposite field bombs too, which his second one was. Springer absolutely obliterated a 3-run home run too. That's awesome to
Mm,
see. Vladdy's
that's
doing
good.
his thing, man. Yeah, it's a good recipe. You know what? If this team, it's home runs, man. That's what it is. It's home runs is what this team needs to do to win. Honestly, it's
Yeah.
simple as that because that's what scores runs. You could load the bases, but if you don't drive the runs in that are on the base, it means nothing. It means
Yeah.
literally nothing. So hopefully that's what they're going to be doing for years to come and this year. But yeah, we'll do all our season predictions tomorrow or next week, and that'll be fun to do.
So are we gonna do? So what are we gonna predict? We're just gonna do division winners
We do
and
division winners, and then like
then awards.
we do like awards. Who's like who's gonna hit the most home runs? Who
Yeah.
or how many home runs is Vladdy gonna hit? Something like that.
MVP.
MVP of the team. Who's gonna
Yeah.
be the best pitcher? Like how's it?
Yeah.
What's their final record gonna be? You
Yeah.
know, how are
Okay.
they gonna do in the playoffs? Those sorts of things. We'll figure out
Okay.
more. But yeah, we'll
Right.
bunch and make a bunch of great TikToks off that. But yeah.
I just want to do a little, Bills talk because we're kind of a
Oh yeah. No, for sure.
kind of a
Yeah.
Bills
Some
team. I
signings.
just
Yeah.
wanted to put my thoughts on free agency because the NFL has been going crazy these past few weeks because free agency just opened last week. A
Yeah.
bunch of people are getting signed, like some crazy shit's going on. Bills haven't been doing much because they're kind of under in the cap. They don't really have that much money to work with, so
No.
they've just been letting go guys like veteran guys that have been there for a while and like they're just getting older. Like Jordan Poyer, who's a bit older, like they signed him like 7 years ago. Great player still. He's just signed with Miami on a 1 year deal. But yeah, they're just letting go a bunch of guys so they can have some cap space for the year. They
Yeah.
just re-signed Taron Johnson. He's now the highest paid slot cornerback in the league. He's getting paid 11 million a year, which is very deserved, I think, because
Yeah.
he's one of the best cornerbacks in the league. Definitely the best on the team now. Now that a couple of guys have been let go, but Taron Johnson's incredible, great player. I'm glad that we kept him for. I think he's on a 3 year deal, so I'm glad we kept him for a couple more years. We're looking to sign the safety on the Colts, Julian Blackman. Great. Had 4 interceptions last year, 88 tackles. Great safety. Hopefully, we can pick him up to replace Micah Hyde. Um, I think a lot of people are doubting the Bills this year because we let go a lot of our core players that we've had for a while and who basically led the team to the playoffs all these years. So It's going to be interesting to see how this team looks. Definitely going to be very different. Draft day is going to be interesting as well because the Bills have the most picks this year. I think they have 11 picks this year
Yeah.
for the draft, and that could be used for trades in the future. You might trade up to get a star wide receiver, um, which could be very very important for Allen because we let go a couple of guys. We just signed Curtis Samuel, kind of a depth guy for the wide receiver core, who's very good. Played for Washington for a few years. Kind of reminds me of like a Debo Samuel. I don't know if you know who Debo is, but he's on the 49ers. He's kind of like a utility guy. Like he can run in the backfield, he can catch. Great utility guy. Kind of like Curtis Samuel's kind of the same way as that. Um, but yeah, this is it's gonna be a very interesting offseason for the Bills because they have the most picks in the draft. So
Oh,
I,
really?
I'm yeah, I'm interested to
How do
see
they
what they
do
do.
that though? Is that just not signing players and not trading players and then just saving up your draft picks, or is it
Well,
just like
I think it's from other trades, like from the past. Like they've gotten like it's not like they
they'll
have like
trade big
11.
players and then in
Yeah, they
return,
get draft picks from that. It's
yeah,
kind of the same thing as baseball, right?
yep, and
So
hockey,
they
yeah. Baseball doesn't do it as much, but I'd say it's more hockey because baseball it'll be like
baseball's more
prospects you already have,
prospects.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
prospects.
So yeah, usually football and hockey aren't like that. It's more like more draft picks and cash or money. So I think this could be very interesting because they have 11 picks in the draft, which is a lot. So they could use those picks for trading for players that they could have for this year, which would be
Mhm.
very interesting. So I'm excited to see what they do with that because I trust the GM of the Bills, Brandon Bean. I trust him 100%. Like he's one of the best GMs in the league. Like he makes the right decisions. He's the one who traded up to get Josh Allen in the draft, and
Yeah,
people were speculating about that. Why did he do that? Josh Allen might not be a good fit for the Bills, and obviously look how that turned out. So I,
yeah,
I definitely trust him 100% with
nice.
this. It should be interesting to see what they do because like 11 draft picks is a lot. You can do so much with that. Like you can
That's smart,
trade up
man.
for
Yeah,
players. So I'm excited to see what they do with this because I think the draft day is coming up soon. I think it's mid-April. So and just not just the Bills, but just the whole NFL. Like there's so many crazy trades going on. It's like it would take forever to name all of them off right now. But like so many big players are getting moved around and the NFL is going to look so different next year and I'm so hyped about it. It's kind of like
that's sick.
it's kind of like me it's kind of like me with you like with football years with you with baseball,
No,
right?
man. Yeah, and I'm getting more
It's
into it too because I see all this stuff like because I follow I follow a couple NFL teams on Twitter and NFL just like app or accounts on Twitter, so I see a
right.
lot of that stuff too. I'm getting more into it as well. Like I'm definitely getting more
Yeah.
into football this year. Like because I absolutely loved watching the Bills last year. Aside from
Yeah.
that Kansas City, like football's just fucking so much fun to watch.
Yeah, it's great. It's great to watch. It's great. I've played it. I've tried out for multiple for my high school team. I wasn't the best at playing it, but I had fun. I had fun while I
Yeah,
those first couple weeks of trying out.
and watching the
But
team
just
too.
watching it live, I've watched
Yeah,
a couple Bills games live, and it's electric.
yeah.
Like it's not,
I
there's
yeah.
nothing like it.
I think I enjoy it. I enjoy watching football more than enjoy watching hockey. Probably, to tell you the truth.
Yeah, yeah,
Leafs, like
I'd say
I
so
enjoy.
too.
Yeah, like it's
I
it's
think
just
another thing that does like factors in is that there's only 17 games in the
yeah,
season.
for
That
sure.
makes it so that makes it more exciting because you only have a certain select time to watch the game, so you're
You're
more
absolutely right.
invested,
Yeah,
right?
you're absolutely right. Because I think of the fact because people get so excited for Sunday night football. It's like a big deal, and then that
Mhm.
just makes you more excited. It feels in watching it feels like it's more of a big deal. So and like when they lose, it's like fuck, but when they win, it's incredible.
Right,
Rather than like oh Leafs won fucking 2-1, no fucking
right,
offense whatsoever. Whereas like
yeah,
Leafs, it's like and you can break down and because there's a lot more analyzing probably football games because there's just one game to watch. So those
one
games,
game a week too.
yeah,
Your
one
team
game
only
a
plays
week,
one game a week. Yep.
gets analyzed like crazy. And then, for the next game, hopefully those things have changed or they're doing the same thing. It's a whole.
It's very complicated sport with this
Oh yeah,
short amount of time you have. There's only they added an extra regular season game, so there's only 16 games before. So they added an extra one, and they
yeah.
made preseason a game less. So they basically play the same amount of games each year, each team, but they just added an they just replaced the preseason one for a regular season game. But just the fact that you also have a Thursday night game and a Monday night game as well. It just makes it like the week, you know, and it also the fact that it's in during school time, like
Makes that much more
September to
easy. Yeah,
December makes it
yeah.
more I don't know, manageable for my life just to
Yeah.
watch something on like just to watch a football game on Thursday night. Like I would watch if it was like like the two worst teams, I'd still watch the game.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't matter. It's not like it's like if you watch for baseball, for example, if you watch like the Marlins play the Athletics, like I
Oh, no,
that's like
no shot
you
on
wouldn't, yeah,
watching that.
obviously you wouldn't watch that, but like the fact that it's, six like 17 games in a season and
Yeah.
you can just watch, like it doesn't matter, like you can watch a specific player on the field too. Like my dad does this too. Like he's a bigger football guy than me. And
Yeah.
like what he does is when it's not the Bills playing, he just focuses on one player or one position on the field. So you look at a lineman, for example, and he just watch him, block and
Mm,
stuff. Like he doesn't focus on the actual like watching the ball the whole time. Well,
interesting.
maybe he watches the receiver the whole time, watching him run the routes. It's definitely a different
It's
spectacle when
totally
it comes
different.
to that.
Just the fact that I think that what plays most is just the fact that there's such a big difference in amount of games that are played compared to just other sports. Like, because 17 compared to 162, you can't compare the two.
Yeah,
Like in terms of games, but that's what I love about baseball is it's every day, man. You get to watch it every
yeah,
day, like over the summer, and it doesn't for me. It doesn't get old because there's just
right,
always something to talk about and always something
right.
to watch. Teams, it's easier for teams to get hot on like a 10 game win streak and 10 game losing streak or something like that. Whereas with football, it's so much different that way because like you have to win. You can't, like in baseball. There's a lot of time where it's like,
Small
oh, it's
margin for
early, it's
error.
early, it's early. Where
Yeah,
football, you can't do that. You can't do that at all. You have to be winning.
yeah. Small margin for error in football compared to baseball. So
That's what makes it more intense too. That's definitely an
yeah.
aspect. But then when you get to September, though, baseball, that's the most fun baseball
Oh
ever.
yeah, it's great.
It's
It's
great.
great.
Like especially the last even like 2022, I'd say was a great because that was September. I don't know if you remember that one. Bo
Yes,
Bichette
yes.
just
Oh
went
yeah,
on a Linsanity run and was like
yeah,
hitting everything. And then the year before in 2021, they won like 13 of like 14 games or something like that in the beginning of
yeah,
September. And we're just like insane. And we're in that awesome
yeah.
playoff race with Seattle, the
Red
Red Sox
Sox.
and the
Yeah.
Yankees, and like every game mattered. That's so
Was
much fun.
that the year that they didn't make it? And I think they would have won. I think they would have made it to the ALCS
Dude,
that year
everyone says
if they
that,
made
yeah,
the playoffs that year.
because they
They were
had an
fucking
awesome,
unreal.
awesome team. They were
They
like,
were unreal.
I think the Texas Rangers from 2023 are so similar to the 2021 Jays. Absolutely
Yeah.
horseshit bullpen, but have one of the most deep, a very, very deep lineup with an
Yeah.
awesome offense. Just like
I was just thinking
an
about this.
okay
Like,
starting pitching.
imagine if the Rangers, DeGrom and Scherzer were healthy in the
Yeah.
playoffs. Dude, they would have like they already steamrolled everyone. Imagine how good they would have been if they had those two
No,
guys.
good for them.
Their
You
fucking
know what? Yeah,
starting lineup would have been insane
they're a fun
with
team to watch
Montgomery and
too.
Eovaldi. Oh my god, man.
Yeah, Nate Evaldi is fucking. He's electric, and they've also just got so many good players on the team. Their roster's so deep. Like they have so many good prospects coming up. That Wyatt Langford guy is like the best
Hmm.
player in baseball. That like in spring training, he's got the highest OPS. He's got like 7 home runs. He's leading the league with like RBIs or something. Like so, and
Nuts.
Evan Carter's awesome too. He was
Yeah.
awesome for them. I think, yeah,
Jonah Heim. Jonah Heim's a
Simeon,
great
yep, Jonah
catcher.
Heim, Simeon, Josh Young, you know, uh,
Eager, Adolis
Corey Seager,
Garcia.
Nate Lowe. They've got Adolis Garcia. Like they've got
Yep.
so many players. So, you know what? We do too, though. They just sucked last year. So
Yeah.
I think we'll be okay. I'm not worried.
Yeah.
I'm not worried. I believe in this
Yeah.
team, and you know what? If everyone else believes in this team, they'll be good. So
Yeah.
let's see how it
I'm
goes,
excited.
and I think that's a perfect place to end this episode for today.
Hmm.
It's kind of no, we're pretty good. Yeah, we're pretty. I've noticed we're like so consistent with like every episode is like 55 minutes. Like if you look at on
Yeah.
YouTube, it's like the exact same time. We ended off at like the
Yeah.
exact same
Very
time.
consistent.
We're 5 minutes early.
I
On
think next week will be a little longer with the predictions and stuff, but
for sure.
be
Yeah,
stay tuned for
and
that
there's more
next
Leafs
week.
games too. Yeah, we
Yeah.
got we got a lot of Leafs playing. I mean, tomorrow, Wednesday, Saturday, and Sunday. So
Yeah.
yeah. Anyways, thank you guys so much for listening to this episode. We're on the TikTok. I'm posting a bunch of stuff. I've got a couple of TikToks that'll be ready to go, and on the YouTube, check us out. Spotify, on Instagram, Twitter, and yeah, so it'll be exciting. And I think we gotta do some live streams. You know what? Like we could do maybe
Yeah.
we could do one on Sunday or Saturday because I won't be doing anything on Sunday night. So we could maybe do
Yeah.
that game and
Stay tuned in.
stay tuned in. We'll let you guys know. But have a good rest of your week. I'm gonna go enjoy some beers and get absolutely drunk and piss drunk and watch some baseball. So I will see you soon, Ryan.
Take
Enjoy.
care. Later.